The World Cricket World Cup 2019 is going to start on 28th of May. Big event, and today I'm going to start with the host, the England team, and I'm going to go each and every player analysis. And the second thing is going to do, I'm going to go SWOT analysis. And third thing is I'm going to see what's their ambition and what ratings can I give, and their overall team review. So the four things I'm going to do today. So let's start with the hosts. Um, and one more thing is the stadium advantages, how the pitch is going to be, and what matches they can potentially win. So let's go with their England cricket team squad. Uh, so here in the batsmen we have Morgan as their captain, Joe Root, Jason Roy, James Vince. The all-rounders are Ben Stokes, Chris Wokes, Dawson, Moeen Ali, Tom Curran, and we have Jofra Archer. And then we go ahead with the wicket keeper. We have Barstow and Butler. Bowler we have Plunkett, Rashid, and Wood. So this is this England cricket team squad. And let's start with Ian Morgan's stats. He has played a matches of 221, innings of 207, not out of 30 matches, runs 6977, highest 124, average of 39.42, balls faced 7719, strike rate of 90, hundreds of 12, 50s 45, fours 586, and 6 is 189. So overall we can see he's a really good batsman. Scored a lot of runs of 6977, highest of 124. That's a really good. He's faced around balls of 7719 and scored runs around 6977. That's a really good rate. And strike rate is also decent. So 90.39, that could improve a bit because he's a player who comes in the middle order batsman. So if you can see around 25 to 30 overs, if this batsman steps in, he can go ahead and hit the ball. And at that time the ball won't swing that much like how it swings in the starting overs, like the first 10 overs, first 15 overs. So yeah, so he needs to come at that time and start to attack. Depends upon how the wicket falls. If he comes in the first 15 overs, then the game plan will be different. So I think you get what I mean. So it depends upon at what stage he comes. So this is an ODI, it's going to be totally different than the T20 and the test matches. So the batsman needs to adapt to the conditions depending upon at what time and at what over he comes, and when to attack and when to not attack. So these are the three things. 90 is a good strike rate, but I think so if he comes a bit towards the end it can improve. So yeah, and 1200s, 50, 45s, 4s is around 586, and 6 is 189. That's great. That's nothing to go. And now we go to Joe Root. Matches of 131, innings of 124, not out 19, runs 5300, highest 133, average of 50. That's really good. Balls faced 6081 and runs of 53. That's really good. Strike rate of 87, decent. 100s are 14, 50s are 30, 4s 427, 6s are 41. Yes, it's an ODI match. Even for Morgan I'm saying, and for Root I'm saying, strike rate is decent. You need, I agree with that, but it could increase to around 95 to 98. That could be a better strike rate if they come afterwards. Yeah, agree. There are batsmen who come one down will be Root and two down will be Morgan. So they need to play a different way of tactic. But yeah, the strike rate is one thing which I would say these both players can improve when they go onto the pitch, or else they are a really good batsman. If you see, their average is around 50 and Morgan's average is around 39.42. So yeah, it's somewhat decent for both the batsmen. And then we have the opener, Jason Roy, 75 matches, 74 innings, 75 ODI matches, and then we have 74 innings, not out two times he's not been out. Runs 2938, highest 180, average 40.81, balls face 2764, and strike rate is really good, 106.3, and that's really good for an opener who can come out and start slapping all the balls, hitting all the balls, and then the swing at that time which you get, and he can get the balls out of the boundary. Then it's a really good chance for England team to make a really high score. So that's an advantage in this English batting order, with the openers actually doing well. I'm going to talk about the bat stuff afterwards, but yeah, now we'll see about Jason Rao. And then we have hundreds 8, 50s 14, fours 339, and sixes 56. So strike rate of 106.3. This is a really good advantage for the England team. And when that time when the ball swings and you can put on the pressure into the bowler, that's going to bring a good total for your team. So really good batsman. James Vince, substitute batsman, which the England selectors have done. I would say that Alex Hales could have been chosen instead of James Vince. It's been I wouldn't say it's a bad selection. I agree as the England selectors, because if you going to play Alex Hales in team, because he's an opening batsman. He can play a one down, two down. He has played in 2 matches I've seen around against Australia, and he struck really well. But could have gone for Alex Hales instead of James Vince. Nothing to say. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. If one of your batsmen gets injured, can James Vince come and take the contribution of Jason Roy as an opener? So that's something which I would say as the selectors have things who have made a mistake. Could have gone for Alex Hales, really good batsman. He's a really good batsman when he hits around the leg side and offside. When I've seen his shots, and again against the new ball, the way he hits the way he selects the area where to hit, he's a really good tactical batsman, and a batsman which has a really good brain for the ODI matches. For this ODI matches, is you need to have a proper brain and proper focus when you play, because it's a 50 over match. So this is something which is more towards how your brain works than how you play a cricket. So Alex Hales could have been chosen in the team. I know he's a something which is could be not justice made to him, but yeah. So let's go to James Vince. Not played a lot of matches, around 10 matches, 8 innings, 225, 51, 28. It's very low averages, and balls faced 248, strike rates of 90. That's still decent. 50s of ones and 33 fours. That's it. So okay batsman. It's a substitute batsman, but yeah, something which could be a disadvantage for them. Now we go to the all-rounders. Ben Stokes, talking point. ODI for 84. Let's start with the batting. 84 innings, 71 not out, 12, 217, highest 102, average 37.58. That's something which he needs to improve, but it's a middle order batsman. Just come hit, smash, get the score running onto the board. Balls faced 2356, strike rate of 94, really good. 100, 300s, 15, 50s, and fours 179, and sixes 64. Yeah, Ben Stokes as a batsman, he's decent. He can strike the ball. He has the power to hit the ball. He's some form of, I could say, he's a West Indian batting powerhouse when it comes to hitting. The force which he hits the ball out of the stadium is something really there. He's not a batsman who'll come over there and keeps rotating the strike and giving it to the opponent to face. He's that type of batsman who'll come there, damage the score, go out, or he'll get out early. He's that type of batsman. That's how I've seen him, but I'm not going to say that he won't play that type of tactics in the ODI. But normally his style is to get the ball out of the stadium, get the scores, to make the score high. So that's I would say that's an advantage when it comes to a stage where England is around 250 in the 40, 45, 46 overs. Then that time you come and you're like, okay, let's go ahead and hit the ball. But if you have lost wickets, he can't go ahead and play that sort of match. He needs to play differently. So can Ben Stokes play that? Is he that player who can stand out and play it out? So that's something which we need to see from Ben Stokes. but overall he's a decent all-rounder as a batsman. And let's go to the bowling stats. 84, 169, 2607 balls bowled, runs two is given a runs of 2674, wickets 63. So BBI, is basically bowlings in the first innings and BBM is bowlings in the second innings. So in ODI there's no first and second innings for bowling, you have one innings to bowl. So let's keep it as around 61 runs and 5 wickets. Economy of 6.15, average of 42, and around 5 wicket haul of ones which has taken. Economy is 6.15, decent economy. This guy will be bowling in the stages of the middle over bowler. It's not. I think he'll be used as a fifth bowler if needed for the England national team. Fourth or fifth bowler, depends upon on the situation. Who can get the ball? He can get the ball in his hand and bowl a type of advantage. A good bowler who can bowl the length balls properly, the short balls properly, get the wickets of a bowler of a batsman who are weak in that areas. This is that type of bowler who can bowl and get. I won't say something X factor. I would say when it comes to the middle order, middle overs where he can bowl and get the wickets. So something which Ben Stokes can really do well is that, and his bowling stats are really good. And then we have Moeen Ali, really good batsman and a really good spinner. So he has a 95 ODIs, 177 not out 12, 1691 runs, 128 is his highest, 26 is his average. That's something which he needs to improve. Balls faced 1630, strike rate of 103.74, hundreds 350s 5, fours 151, sixes 55. Look, if your average is low but your strike rate is so high that you can go and damage the score, is something which all other teams need to look at. We can see Stokes, Jason Roy, and now we can see Moeen Ali, three having high strike rates. Average is low but high strike rates. So something which all the other teams need to know. If they get going, they can damage the score. They can really damage the score and get the match towards them. Something which they really need to know. And overall, I'm going to talk about the stadiums. It's a really good batting pitch. So something which they really need to know in and out. Bowling, we can see 90 innings, 4396, 3859 runs, wickets of 79. BBI 446. So that's something which he has done before. In one innings, he's taken 4 wickets of 6 runs. Really good spinner. If the ball that time turns really well, he can actually get the wickets going, and a decent bowler, a decent off breaker, a really good decent off breaker, and take wickets. Economy of 5.27, good for an ODI. Average of 48.85, and strike rate of 55.65, which I didn't talk about the other bowlers, but yeah, but the main things is the average and economy which we need to talk about. The average is 48.85, econ is 5.27. Really good stats, and if he gets the when you need a change of bowling, you can give Moeen Ali. Turns well, and can get the wickets. So really good all-rounder, good batting stats, good bowling stats, dangerous batsman. Chris Wokes, 71 ODIs, 58 innings, 18 this thing runs is 1052, 26, strike rate 90.15. Okay, decent batsman. The depth of the batting is really good in the England team. Can go till Adil Rashid can still that stage. It can go ahead and bat. So something which is really there in this team is the batting depth, which makes them that highest score, and yeah, can bring out that highest score. 90.15. So yeah, batting is decent. Can score runs. 1052 highest is 95. So a really good, decent batsman who can go the same job as Moeen Ali to do the finishing touches. Bowling, we need to talk. 87, 84 innings, 4128 balls bowled, 126 wickets, 388 runs given, 6 for 45 is his BBI. Econ of 5.64, average 30, and he's taking a 3 times 5 wicket haul. So really good bowler, 3 times 5 wicket haul, economy is 5.64, and BBM is around 645. So decent bowler. I won't say it's a great bowler, but it is a decent bowler which can actually pick up wickets depending upon the pitch. The only weakness is sometimes when he gets a bit. Sometimes his balls don't go up to plan. His length balls or the short balls get dispatched easily, and once a batsman gets sets to him, he goes into a flow that he starts giving out runs and wickets don't fall to him easily. So something which is Chris Wokes' is disadvantage, but once he starts getting wickets, then he bowls really well. I've seen many of his matches. The swing, sometimes the not I will not say the swing, but the bouncers is really good. The length ball which he bowls is really good. Oh yeah, so overall bowling is decent. We have Tom Curran, a bowler I'm going to see for the first time in this year's Cricket World Cup, and I'm really inspired with his death bowling which he did against Pakistan. I watched the match. Awesome death bowling. The Yorkers which he bowled was superb in the death. So something which Tom Curran is need to be noted down. I don't want to talk about his batting because it's not that great. As a bowling, 17 innings, 17 ODIs, batting is there, all rounders, but we need to look at the bowling also. 762 balls bowled, 27 wickets, 5435, 6.34 economy, 29.81 is the average, and is taken a 1 times 5 wicket haul. Only 17 matches and 6.34 economy. That's something really great. And 27 wickets already in 17 matches, and wife 1 5 wicket haul. Top quality bowler is in their squad is Tom Curran. So that's something which they need to look on how are they going to use this bowler and when to use. They have 10 overs, 5 overs in the 5 overs in the death, 5 overs in the starting with the new ball. Can he actually swing with the new ball? But he's more of a death specialist. So Tom Curran, and how can they use them? It's a really good selection made by the England cricket team. Liam Dawson still again the substitute, bowling 3 matches, 2 innings, 84 or 96 runs, 2 for 70. Yeah, he won't be bowling anyways. He won't be bowling. That's something which I would say. I'm going to talk about the SWOT analysis about their bowling attack. So not great. He can't. If someone gets injured, yeah, there are reserve players which I can talk. They can be used. Even Alex Hales is a reserve player. If someone is injured, he can come in. But in that 15-man squad, if no one is injured and something is not working out, can Liam Dawson and Vince make them to cover it up? More than injury, can they cover it up? Not. I know that people are going to argue that Alex Hales is in the reserve team, but yeah, if no one is injured and your team isn't, it's a very less probability. Of course, their team is really great in terms of batting. If they can't perform, can Vince and Dawson go ahead and keep the score? I would say a no. So something which England cricket needs to look through. Um, yeah. Now we need to talk about another bowler which everyone is talking about. Jofra Archer, Rajasthan Royals, Jofra Archer. So everyone was talking about Jofra Archer. So we have his bowling stats. Around three ODIs is only played. So he's a debut bowler. Haven't seen him in the World Cup, and we need to look at this bowler. 4.91 economy, a BBI of 1.6. So we can see 3 matches and wickets already, three matches and 3 wickets. So potential bowler to bowl well. Economy of 4.91. So can he he's also another death over specialist. There are 2 good death over specialists, and yes, and these Tom Curran and Jofra Archer is going to be the 2 death over specialists, and can they actually perform in the big stage for the first time in their first World Cup and bring them to the top 4 stages? So something which we need to look in the World Cup. And we have the 2 wicket keepers. Wicket keeper is going to be Butler, but we have we have an advantage of Bairstow and Butler to be our wicket keepers. We have one Bairstow, world class batsman, 62 odd matches, 57 innings, 8 not outs, 2.39 141 highest, 47 average, 2176 balls faced, 232 time with the 2176 balls faced, 107 strike rate, 700s, 950s, 259, 51. I think so nothing more to describe over this person. Just world class when he starts hitting the ball. Another world class batsman, Joss Butler, 130 ODIs, 108 innings, 23 matches not out, 3531 runs, 150 is the highest, 41.54 is the average of his innings, 41 runs is the average. Balls faced 2953, strike rate of 119.57, 119.57, hundreds 850, 18, fours 299 and 6117. Now look, two world class batsmen, something which England will be heavily dependent on is Bairstow and Butler, and if they get going on and they start hitting the ball, sorry to say, opponent team, no chance of winning, no chance of winning. Easy 350 to 360 team if they go on hitting well. So that depends upon how their luck is. Yeah, there's some matches they'll get out, but if they start hitting, sorry to say, the opponent has no chance, because these two batsmen are world class with the stats which I say. This proves it out. Now we go to the bowlers. We have Liam Plunkett, 81 ODIs, 80 innings, 3801 balls, 3738, 124 wickets, 5452 is the BBI, average of 30, strike rate of 30.65 and 1 5 wicket haul. So one thing which I need to talk about is Liam Plunkett is an economical bowler. He can bowl well, pick up wickets, not a death over specialist, but can go ahead and bowl with the new ball. Sometimes he can actually bowl with the new ball, and 8th or 9th over he can come and give a stability to the England cricket team. His swing bowling is really good when I've seen it, some of his matches. And there's something which I like about Plunkett is really economical. He doesn't pick up wickets, but it's really economical. It doesn't matter unless you're economical. You don't give away runs, which is something objective in cricket. Adil Rashid, another good spinner, good spinner, and yes, 87 ODIs, 82, 4299 balls, 4021 runs, 132 wickets, strike BBI 5 of 27, and 2 5 wicket haul. Okay, sometimes gives away runs, but picks up wickets. Gives away runs, picks up wickets. Sometimes not economical, gives 6 runs per over, 7 runs per over. Okay, it's something which you can argue, but picks up the wickets. When he gets the turn, he picks up the wickets. It's something which he's really good at. And when he gets the turn, the googlies which he bowls, amazing. It's just amazing. The googlies which he bowls. A spin bowler needs to predict a batsman of what he's going to do. Whether I'm going to bowl a carom ball, whether I'm going to bowl a half tracker, whether I'm going to bowl a wrong gun, whether I'm going to bowl a googly. So that needs to be decided. And something which Adil Rashid really has is that decision which he makes, which picks him with the wickets. Sometimes the ball goes away wrong, gets dispatched, but yeah, he picks up the wickets. So something which he does really well as Adil Rashid in that. And you can see in his stats also 132 wickets which has taken, 6 runs per over, a decent economy for him, but yeah, can go ahead. Mark Wood, okay, decent bowler, 40 ODIs, 40 innings, 2047 balls, 1923 runs, 43 wickets, 4133 is his BBI, average of of 5.64 and no 5 wicket all. A good bowler, but I won't say that he can go ahead and pick up the wickets, or he's not that economical also. Might be not be in the starting 11. That I would say about the squad that he won't start. Might start if I think so. That needs to be seen by the England cricket team. Is, do you need to go with Mark Wood or play some other bowler in this team? It's something which I need to say. So let's go with the SWOT analysis. The strength is their batting, which you can see there. All rounders are really good, and another thing is their host country, so that's a strength for them. That weakness is okay. Their bowling is good, but it's really average. So something which I would say is that bowling is average. They have Tom Curran and Jofra Archer as bowlers, but they need they this is their first World Cup, and they have very less experience. So this time we need to see Joe Root and Morgan to step up and tell them what to do. But to be honest, to an extent you can't help a lot against teams like India, Australia. Will they pick up the wickets? So something which I doubt is their bowling, because they have Mark Wood, Plunkett, Rashid, and they have bowlers. I'm not saying that bowlers is bad; they're decent, but I wouldn't say that world class to that world compared to their batting. They have like two good batsmen like Barstow, Butler, Roy, Morgan. Their batting, which is world class. Their bowling looks a bit weak compared to their batting. It's decent, but can that win them the World Cup? That's the question. So something which top four is possible with this bowling. That's 100% sure. But can they go ahead win the semi-finals and finals? That's something which they need to look. Is the England cricket team is their average bowling? Another thing is, I won't say it's a weak selection. I can say it's somewhat of weak. I know in the reserve there's Alex Hales. Instead of giving Vince in the squad, they could have given Alex Hales in the squad. So something I would say is one selection which might have gone wrong. I just want to keep that as the weakness. Now the opportunity is, if Vince gets a chance, it's likely less. Can he fire? Can Archer in the World Cup bowl uh, Archer in the World Cup bowl death? And this is an opportunity for the England team, and he's a new bowler, so yes, this is a really good opportunity for the death bowler. But can he actually bowl really well in the death? That's a question. And Mark Wood, can he impress a bit if he gets a chance? So these are the three things which I would say is the opportunity for players in the England team. Threats is that if they score less than 320, teams can chase them out. Teams can chase them out. There will be one day where batsmen aren't in I won't say in the mood, but aren't ready to play due to their fitness levels. So something which I would say is that threat. And this team, if they score less than 320, there are chances for them to lose against India or Australia if their batsmen are really set. So something which they need to do is that, can they defend a score of 320? So that's a doubt which I say. But their bowling is decent, but it's not world class which they can go and head and pick up the wickets. Archer is there, Rashid is there, all the players are there, but against the big teams, the big boys, the big guns, can they do it? So that's the question I would say is their threat. My rating for this team is around 7.5 out of 10. And then ambition is to win the World Cup. Out of 5, I'll give them a 3 because of their bowling, which is something which I need to say is going to let them down in the semi-finals and finals. Overall, to see, it's a high scoring ground, the county ground, and this thing. And in one of the matches which they're playing, the Sophia Gardens in Cardiff, it's a really good spin. So that time, I think so, wickets may fall for Rashid and Moeen Ali in the first match. So due to their high scoring ground and their batting is really good, 360, 370, they can defend a score. But that's the threat which I would say is, can they do this in the semi-finals and finals? Is if they score less than 320, there are high chances for them to not high chances, around 70% chances for them to lose. Yes. So today I'm done with the England team. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about a new a team which is there to just spoil the party. It's the Afghanistan boys. It's something which I'm going to talk about that team tomorrow, with the same analysis, with the same SWOT, the rating, the ambition, and whichever, like whatever I said, the matches they're playing. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about the Afghanistan boys. Can they do the party to spoil? Yes, if you like the video, please do share it to others. World Cup is around another 6 days. enjoy, and whoever you support, please do go ahead and support the team. They need them, and the fans need them, and it's the Cricket World Cup, and it's something which everyone in the world watches. Thank you.